All right, good morning, students. Mr. J. Dutier, your principal. Just wanted to go over a couple of our Addison basics for our recess and some of the rules so you guys know when you get outside what the expectations are, so you can play on the equipment appropriately and have a lot of fun. As you know, our playground was new last year, so this is a lot of new equipment in great condition. So it's really important that we take care of it and use it properly so that we can keep using it for many years. So a couple things. Number one, always make sure you're being safe. When you're running around the playground, like, we want you getting your energy out, but be in control of your body. Make sure you know where you are. Make sure you're able to stop if you have to so that you don't run into other kids. So again, know your surroundings and watch out for other students. Keep your hands to yourself as much as you can. If you're playing tag and things like that, that's fine, but no pushing, no shoving, none of that. And then just like we'll be talking about a lot this year, always be kind, play nice, make sure you're sharing. If you're playing team games, whether it's football, soccer, any of those activities, include others, play fair, follow the rules, and let lots of people play so that they can learn. Just remember too, when the bell goes off, or the whistle, when the people out at recess blow their whistle, that means it's time to come in, and you need to quickly get lined up and ready to come in so you can get back to your classrooms ready to learn. When recess is over, it's important to pick up all the equipment, put it back on the carts, and then get into line. All right, I'm going to go through a couple of the pieces of equipment here and just explain some of the rules for each thing. All right, this piece of equipment here is called the Brava. The one rule you got to remember for that is 4 and no more. So you can have 2 people on either side sitting down here, rocking back and forth. You can have 1 person on each side and somebody here. But we should not have more than 4 people on that piece of equipment at a time. And then just remember, no climbing on top of any of the equipment. We'll be talking about some of the other pieces. No climbing on top. All right, this here is called the Volta. 8 is great, so 8 students can be on this at a time. One thing you need to make sure is when you're on it, you're sitting down. No standing up on the top anywhere. You got to be sitting. The other thing I noticed last year a lot, when kids are pushing, if you're pushing and you fall, it's really important you roll or get up and get out of the way so other kids that are on there aren't kicking you or stepping on you. So if you're running, if you're pushing this and you trip, make sure you get out of the way. We don't want anybody getting hurt. All right, and again, 8 is great, so no more than 8. All right, this here is the spider web. This is a fan favorite. Climb on here. We can get lots of kids on here climbing on the spider web. Just remember, you got to be on the black part. The red bars are only for support, not for standing. So I can hang on these and work my way up, but once I get up there, no sitting up here on this bar and no standing on that bar. And again, there is no limit to the number of students. Just be careful, watch where you're stepping, so you're not stepping on anybody's hands or grabbing people's feet and that kind of thing. All right, so this is the big equipment. One of the main rules on here is just keep moving. I know on the slide, it gets bogged up. Kids are standing around up there. We don't want you doing that. You got to keep moving. Don't block the slides. Remember, slides are for going down. No going up the slides, and no hanging out inside the tube slide either. Slide down, move on, go on to the next place. And again, no climbing on top of this stuff. This is for going through. You can hang on the top and do things, but no climbing up over the top. No going on top of any of that equipment up there. The monkey bars, again, going across using your arms. No going on top of the monkey bars. All right, this platform here is multi-purpose. You can sit here and treat it like a bench and hang out, or you can also, it is okay to stand on it. You can go on the monkey bars there. If anybody's sitting at the table, be respectful. You should not be standing on it if they're sitting there. But again, this equipment is meant for climbing, for getting around on, getting your energy out, and having a lot of fun. So as I mentioned, no climbing up the slides. You can only go down the slides. If we catch you doing those things, you'll get a timeout. You have to sit and take a break. If it's a repeated thing, we might have to ask you to not be on the equipment. So just follow the rules, use the slides for going down. And I do want to mention, with the temperatures we're supposed to have, it's getting really warm. Just be careful, these slides do get hot. And if you have shorts on, you can get, like a minor burn. So if it's real hot, just make sure you're being careful. so you don't get burnt. All right, so here we are on the smaller playground. A couple of the same pieces of equipment. We have the Brava over here, and that Brava has the same rules, 4 and no more. So only 4 people on there at a time. And then same here with the Volta, the spinner. 8 is great, no more than 8. And again, if you're running, you're pushing, and you trip and fall, make sure you get out of the way so you don't get stepped on. This piece of equipment here is called the Orb Rocker. This one has been another fan favorite. Students like this one a lot. 6 is the number that we can do here. Max is 6. 2 in the seats on either side, so that's 4. And then there can be 1 there and 1 here on this side, rocking back and forth. All right. One thing we do not want you doing, we do not want you pulling down on the backs of the seats when kids are sitting on there. Only those 6 people that are on there can be on there using it, nobody pulling on the seats. And then make sure you're being respectful, taking turns, let other students have a turn so that they get to use the equipment as well. Over here we have the climber. Only rule on that, make sure you're hanging on. All right, don't be walking across the top without hanging on to something. Always make sure you have a grip, so if you slip, you can catch yourself. All right, a couple other pieces of equipment. This is a fun one. You can kind of do a lap around here, work your way around, and then keep going. Do the monkey bars, climb up the mountain climber, work your way back here, and go around again. Or give somebody else a turn if there's people waiting in line, but that's kind of what that one's meant to be, as an obstacle. The equipment in the back, again, there's slides. Slides are for going down, even though they're short slides, they're still only for going down. All right, so again, I think that's it for our recess basics. Again, make sure you're using the equipment properly, stay safe, be aware of your surroundings, be in control of your body. We don't want anybody getting injured or hurt. We do have the sandbox, just a reminder, pick up your toys when you're done. An update this year, we did have the basketball hoop moved because of the addition that was built. So that's there for you. There's a couple basketball hoops down on the other end. Again, when you're done with the basketballs or other balls, make sure you put them back on the cart. All right, have fun out here. Enjoy playing, play with others, follow the rules. And when you hear the whistle, what should you do? Yes, line up, put the equipment away and get lined up so you can get back in the class.